It is a symbol of freedom, a beast of raw power, waiting to be unleashed to anyone who can tame it.
And when you crank that throttle, what a rush! Yeah!
It's a pretty simple machine. All you do is sit on it, give it gas, and go.
Motorcycles have become a way of life for millions and a symbol of deeply held value.
Owning a Harley has been a great experience for me, and there's no other way to explain it other than
to be out, to be free, the smell of the air and the wind all around me.
An empire has been created of loyal subjects, from newcomers to old followers, from biker babes to biker babies.
Looks like your dad.
They all share a common passion, the love of the open road.
Hi, welcome to American Spirit. Hey, is it about time for you to get out, grab your lady, get on a ride, get on the motorcycle and enjoy your life? Well, I'll tell you what, we're in Robbinsville, North Carolina. We're going to check out the Dragon, awesome ride, check out bikes, the beautiful locations here. Don't go surfing away. Your old buddy Tim's going to make this show rock. And when's that going to happen? Right about now. So Greg, I'll tell you what, I've heard a lot about sport bikes for hire. Man, you're all the buzz out there. What exactly is it that you guys do with sport bikes for hire?
Well, Tim, we're actually a mobile motorcycle rental company. Have an array of bikes, pretty much can suit just about any type of rider out there. And it's kind of odd. What I mean about mobile is I don't have a storefront.
You bring the bikes to people like wherever they're at?
Wherever they're at within the Smoky Mountains. If they're coming here on vacation, I'll show up their front door with a motorcycle or a whole truckload of them, depending on how many people we got.
So they call, reserve, you got a bike, whether it be what? You got like cruisers, you got sport bikes, you got touring bikes?
Got everything from cruisers, sport touring, full-on luxury touring, motards for people that want to get into the tight stuff, full-blown sport bikes. Just a good selection of motorcycles to choose from.
So I guess then this is totally cool, man. This is unique. I'm really liking this, but people probably got to bring their own helmet and, you know, pads, jackets, gloves, boots. They got to bring all their stuff.
Actually, we can gear somebody up from head to toe. I tell people all the time, hey, grab your toothbrush and a change of underwear, show up at the airport. I'll put you on a bike, full gear, helmet, gloves, and you're on your way to the mountains.
And I heard something about a camera. You guys actually will give people a camera. One of the riders was telling me.
Yep, we've got a selection of GoPro cameras. They can do all the filming and everything they want to do up here in the mountains.
So what we're talking is an experience here. We're not talking about, hey, just give me the bike, I want to go ride. This is a full package experience. They don't need to trailer their bikes in. They can hop on a plane, come in a car, connect with you, make reservations. Mm-hmm. They have to tell you, obviously, where they're at. You hook up with them. You could, any one of these bike rides out here, if they're at the Dragon or what have you, mm-hmm. They're in Robbinsville, back in the town, you're going to show up, you're going to give them all the goodies and send them on their way.
Absolutely. They can go online or call me, book the reservation, let me know where they're staying, what kind of gear they want, and I'll bring it right out to them and get them going.
God, that totally rocks. I can see bikers jumping all over this kind of an opportunity. So what kind of bikes do you have? Cruisers, sport? I see a couple over your shoulder there. Can we go check them out?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Wow, this is what I'm talking about. Cruisers. Cruisers rock. Tell me about this bike, Greg.
Well, Tim, this is our Vulcan 900. Actually, we've got a handful of smaller, mid-sized cruisers. The folks that are coming to town that like to ride the Cherry-Hill Skyway, like where we're standing out here now, or the Blue Ridge Parkway, a lot of times we'll grab a cruiser. This one in particular, this one, of course, has floorboards, has a Mustang seat, backrest for the driver. This is a good two-up bike. A lot of couples like to grab this one and go up and see the scenery. up toward North Carolina and the Blue Ridge Mountains. So.
Cool, cool. I hear you had a Boulevard as well.
Yep.
Tell me about the Boulevard.
We've got a Boulevard M50 and a Boulevard C50T that's pretty much set up just like this one. The difference between the two, the M50 has foot pegs, a little more maneuverable in the curves. Fun bike to take into the twisties, but still a good 2-up cruiser.
Now, what about, this is a pretty big bike, so can you give me an idea? I mean, there's a lot of lady riders out there. Is this maybe too big, too heavy? Is it a hassle? And ladies, don't get freaking out on me here. I'm just saying that, you know, this bike sits a little high. It may be uncomfortable. What's your take on that? What kind of person, in your opinion, what do you see the folks taking this kind of bike out?
Most of the folks I've seen that take this bike out, usually it's couples. They like the backrest and the backrest for the passenger or for the driver as well. But I have had several women actually rent this bike.
Cool.
They do like, this does have a lower seat height than some of my other stuff.
Oh, okay. So the lower center of gravity helps a lot.
And being that it's a 900, it's not as heavy as your big, you know, 1700s and your big Harleys and stuff. It's a fairly light bike with a big look.
But plenty of power for these mountains.
Yes.
You would say this is pretty maneuverable as well, even on the Dragon and some of these touring roadways you have in this part of the country.
The Dragon, you may peel a little bit off the floorboards here and there, but yeah, it'll handle through there no problem.
Wow, Greg, I'll tell you what, that cruiser was hot. Tell me about some of the sport bikes.
Well, Tim, we've got a pretty good selection of sport bikes. Obviously, the name of the company, Sport Bikes for Hire. Big sport bike enthusiast for a long time. Raced for years and done track days for a long time, but we've got a great selection. Some of the guys that like the 600s, we've got a 09 ZX6R. It's just an absolute blast up here. Light little flickable bike. It's just great through the twisties. Good suspension setup. We've got a pair of R1s. A lot of people think we're out of our minds for renting R1s, but we've got a lot of good, responsible customers. Some people, that's what they ride at home. They want to come here and ride on a familiar bike, so we provide some R1s for them. A little higher end bike that we like to get out there is the Aprilia Melee. We've got an 07 and an 03 Aprilia Melee. Great V-twin power, 1000cc V-twin, there's plenty of torque. Just a ball to run through the mountains on.
Cool. Well, give me an idea now. What kind of rider is coming in here, male or female? Give me a picture of the kind of rider that's going to come in and get a hold of one of these sport bikes again.
Most of the riders I see, they come from a long way off. A lot of folks from Canada, a lot of folks from Florida, obviously where it's inconvenient to trailer a bike for 10, 15 hours. It's easier just to come in and rent what they want.
Now I'll tell you what, you need to take time, get out and enjoy yourself. Now you got a cool bike, you want to hit the road, you want a place to come to? Deals Gap, Robbinsville, North Carolina. This is an awesome location. Ride the Dragon, ride the Skyway. There is so much to do here. My trip here, everyone in the crew, we've had a blast. Everyone's a lot of fun, real friendly, like family. And you will enjoy yourself when you come to town. And you know, society's kind of goofy these days. You got work stress, you got all kinds of issues. You need to shake all that off. You need to tune in to American Spirit TV. Let us get you relaxed out on your motorcycle, enjoying your family, you and the lady, you and the family and the kids. Get out and visit fun locations like this. Now, the rides out here are world class. The scenery, you want to take some awesome shots. You got a camera, you want to hook up to your bike, your helmet, you're going to make some powerful memories here. I hear you. maybe not everyone in the family is all into riding motorcycles the way you are. Well, there's no problem there. You can take the bike out for the whole day or more. The rest of the family, lots to do here in Robbinsville. Now back at the Microtel, you go ahead, grab the brochures. There's whitewater rafting, there's zip lines, there's all kinds of fun things to do. So it's a win-win for everybody. You do your love, your passion out riding your motorcycle. The rest of the family's having a great time doing what they want to do. So I thought I'd pitch that out there. I want to make sure that the riders get to enjoy what they do. The rest of the family, it's okay if they're not a hardcore rider, they can go out and do some fun things as well.
Some of the things that came to mind when we started this business was obviously safety. If we're putting people out there on motorcycles, we hope that we're getting competent riders, and so far we have. We've had some of the most excellent customers that I could even talk about. But one of the things we wanted to offer was some sort of a safety course or a class to provide some sort of instruction for these folks if they wanted to take advantage of that. Just this past year, I teamed up with Total Rider Tech, which is a company. It's an advanced riding clinic that they put on that's based on the Lee Parks book called Total Control. Great clinic. It's for somebody it's a little bit beyond the MSF courses. It's not 101. This is actually, they go dig a little deeper into the techniques of riding, which is important around here with all the curves. A lot of people that come from the flat areas of Florida or Illinois or other flat states are in for a surprise sometimes the first time they come down here. So we're wanting to provide some, at least make that available so people can take advantage of that advanced riding instruction.
Alrighty then, so Greg, what do we got going here? Is this sport? Is this touring? A little both? What do we got?
Well, yes, actually. We got good sport touring bike. Got a selection of sport touring bikes. This one here is an 08 Concourse. A lot of couples like to ride this one as well. You've got plenty of storage room, bags. The bags actually pop right off if somebody wants to just go do a ride. We actually provide a GPS on this one. People like to go out and explore on these. It's a little easier to do a long trip on one of these. Go out and actually explore the mountains.
I was just about to ask you, it's like, why would I get this and not the Ninja?
Depends on what you want to do up here.
Why would I get this bike? What am I getting this bike for?
This bike here, it's going to handle, it's similar to a sport bike. You have a little more ground clearance than some of the cruisers. It's going to be a little more friendly in the twisties. And we've got other bikes compatible to this as well. We've got a K1200S BMW. Has the bags on it and everything if somebody wants to do some touring. Let's say they want to start here in Robbinsville and work their way up the Blue Ridge to Asheville. If they're staying in different spots along the Blue Ridge, it's a great way to do it. And then one other touring bike that we actually have, a full-blown touring bike, is a BMW LT.
Wow.
And it's a great two-up bike. I mean, it's got seat warmers, grip warmers, CD changer, and it's just it's a great bike to do a long two-up ride on.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, I got to tell you, you've got some awesome bikes here. You got something for everybody. I really am kind of intrigued with the fact that you're delivering these bikes to where people need them. You've got the gloves, you got the jackets, you got the boots and all that.